you doing out there? This is Kenny Albertini from Sound Deluxe Car Audio in Chula Vista, California. We're coming to you with our latest kit for the brand new GMC and Chevy Sierra Silverado 2500 and 3500. It's a little bit different than the 1500 kit, so we made a new kit specifically for those vehicles. Looks just like this right here. That's going to be your rear door. And we're going to have our front door right here. Now, SoundSkins product is by far the best product out there. It's a 3-layer material. We got the butyl, the aluminum, and the acoustic foam. Makes a huge difference, not only if you have an advanced car audio system, but just to decrease road noise as well. So if you want your vehicle to be a little more quiet inside, or you have an aftermarket audio system and you want to increase the bass response or mid-bass output, these kits are amazing. It basically seals off the whole door and creates an enclosure. So SoundSkins product is what we use here at Sound Deluxe. Pretty much on the daily, all our high-end vehicles get it done. So if you want the best, SoundSkins USA, that's the only way to go. So first thing you want to do is pop this panel off right here. It comes off from the front. So once you remove those clips, it's already been done for filming, but it's a little difficult, stiff, but make sure you go underneath here, pull out this way, and then slide forward so you don't break that clip right there. Once that's out, you're going to see two 7mm screws that are inside there. You'll remove those. Then we have a cover plate up top here. There's a little hole to access for a flathead screwdriver. Pull that piece out. There's going to be a 7mm right behind there as well. And then there's also two 7mm at the bottom. Once all your hardware is off and removed, you want to pull from the bottom, unsnap it, work your way up, and make sure all the snaps are released, and slide up on it. It'll pop right off. Then from the inside, you're going to want to disconnect the wire harness. So here's the clip you're going to want to remove. You're going to want to slide this safety release down, the red part down. Then there's a tiny little release right here. You'll flip it up, then fold it down. That'll release this plug. All right, once you have your door panel removed, you're going to simply unstick the factory vapor barrier. The cable is going to come out from this hole right here. We'll unstick that vapor barrier. You won't need that anymore. This door release, you're going to want to pull off right there, let it hang. There's a plug you're going to want to pull off. Again, another safety release with the red, slide it back, push down on the green, pull that plug out. Sometimes these clips will move out of the way. If they do, you want to pull them off, bend them back, then slide them back in place so they stay lined up with these holes right here, okay? This harness as well, remove that clip that holds the harness in. Then you have one 7mm screw right here to hold the 6x9 in. You're gonna pull that screw out. It's held in with a little bit of a clip. You can use a panel tool to push down on it right there. It'll pop right out. You pull it out, you got your plug, another safety release on that. Slide back the red, push down on the depression, slide and disconnect that. So now this puppy's pretty much prepped. Obviously you're going to want to do some cleaning to it with some rubbing alcohol or some window cleaner, Windex or something like that. Microfiber, wipe it all down, make sure it's dust free. Then you can take your template and start to apply it. So we have our template here, all ready to rock. We always want to start with peeling down the top edge of the backing. Okay, you can peel it down a little bit more than that. Once it's all down and released, you want to take the door lock piece, slide it through that hole, and then line yourself up with these holes right here. Make sure that's kind of like your centering point. And make sure it's straight all the way across. If you have it straight all the way across, everything should line up perfectly. Just like that. Just tack it down in place. Make sure all the holes line up perfectly. And then you can open it up and then peel off the rest of the backing and then make sure it's all stuck in place perfectly. Before you stick it all the way down, you're going to want to take your cable. This is very important. Take your cable, feed it through the slice that we have there. Feed the cables through. Get all your cables out. just like that. After your backing's peeled off, then stick it all the way down. Then reverse the assembly process and you're good to go. All right, so now that we have our kit installed and everything, you're gonna wanna plug your harness back in, push the safety back in so it's all locked in place. I'm gonna put this back up top right here. The cable's through. You're gonna reattach the factory harness to its receptacle to hold the harness down. Then we get a lot of questions about the speaker hole not being cut out. We don't cut this out on purpose because it needs to be, one, a very tight fit. And you may have an aftermarket speaker that's a different size or something like that. And also, when we do flush cut it out, we want to take that piece of material and stick it to the back of the back wall right there. That really helps with the speaker sound, prevents the back wave from the speaker from coming back and canceling the speaker out. So it's a huge advantage to doing that. And that's one of the main reasons why we don't cut this out. So I'm going to cut it out now. You just take a blade and you can push down and get it to where you see the outline. Just poke through and flush cut it. Just like that. Super simple, all cut out. Now you're going to take that piece, stick it in the back, try to line it up directly with the back of the speaker. There is a brace there, don't worry about it, just go right over the top of it. You're good to go. Now you can install your factory speaker or aftermarket, whatever you decide, and then put the panel back on and you're all done. So we're doing removal on the back doors on the GMC or Sierra Silverado 2500, 3500. This will also be with the 1500 as well. So you're going to want to take your tool, poke up top here, work your way around, clip it this way, and then pull out so you don't get that broken. It is very tight, these clips, so it seems like you might be breaking it, but just pull this way and then out that way and you guys should be good. At the top up here, you want to take a flathead or some kind of small pick tool and remove this piece. There is a release right under this handle. You'll see a little access spot. Just pick it out, it'll come right out. You have one 7mm screw right here and two 7mm inside here and one at the very bottom of the door panel. That's pretty much all the hardware that's on this door. Once it's all off, I like to grab in the front corner and then pull outward and work my way around. Just like that, make sure everything's removed. There's one that's up here, it's kind of stubborn, just pull on it, it'll pop. Then work your way up with it until it's off completely. Once it's off, you want to remove the cable for the door release. It's right here. To remove it, just push down on the tab, pull back, and then up and out, it'll come right off. And you have the wiring here. You want to release the keeper that's on the panel, just like so. And this one's a little difficult. The release is in the front on it, and you got to push down on the release and it'll come right out. It has a little safety on it, so I pull down on the white safety and you can release the plug. It'll come right out, okay? Once your door panel's off, you're going to want to remove the vapor barrier just like we do with all our kits, and then start from there. Also, that plug right there, just like the front kit, also needs to be removed, as well as the speaker. This is the rear door. We've already pre-peeled back some of it. I highly recommend doing it. You might want to try doing it flat on the bench. It'll help out a little bit. Once you get that part peeled back, you want to place it, line everything up, make sure we're all good. We're going to line up this hole here. That's our start right there. This one we don't cut in because it will prevent the door panel from sitting flush, so we don't put that plug in right there. You want to get your rod to come through the hole. Oops. Line it up straight on top. Make sure all your holes are cut through, then fold it back open. You're going to take your door cable, you're going to feed it through the T that we have pre-cut right there. And then at that time, you're going to also take the door lock piece and go through it as well. You can stretch the material a little bit, try to get it to line up right. Make sure your plugs come through. You got one more plug on this side that needs to come through. Right there. Once you have that done, you can secure it to the top permanently, making sure that everything lines up as is. Again, these keepers for the door, they might slide down just like that. You want to take them out and just bend them a little bit. Use a screwdriver or something like that. Just tweak the keeper and then put it back in so it stays in its spot. Pretty simple to do. But if you don't do it, it's very hard to get the door panel back on because obviously the screws won't line up. So once you have that all done and secure, then you're going to start peeling back the rest of the backing. Once you have the backing completely off, then you'll secure it all the way down and you'll flush cut the speaker hole. It's pretty simple. Then you'll reverse the process, putting the door panel back on. Easy peasy.